What's going on, everyone? So the Lakers finally got a break in the form of the Sacramento Kings losing. So the Lakers are now only half a game behind Sacramento, who they have still a very tough schedule. They got the Boston Celtics coming up. Hopefully, Boston gets the job done. I do have a bit of a concern with Boston that do they start to rest people because they have the number one seed locked up all the way through the playoffs. So, I mean, even if they make the NBA Finals, they could end up, or they would end up with home court. So, do they start to sit guys like Kristaps Porzingis, who has an injury history? Do they sit, Jason Tatum? I don't think that they're going to sit them all at once, but could they start sitting like two guys at a time? Right, sit a Porzingis, sit a Tatum, and then sit a Brown and a Holiday or whatever. Right, that could impact some of the matchups that Boston has against some of the teams that we need Boston to take care of business on. But look, Sacramento very likely is going to lose a couple games along the way. Sacramento plays some of the other teams that we're trying to leapfrog. Teams like Phoenix and Dallas, they just keep winning. They keep winning. But some teams to definitely look out for. New Orleans Pelicans, right? See what's going on with Zion situation. Zion got injured his finger. Got a report that there's no structural damage. So does he play or does he miss a game or two? Or even if he does play, does that hinder him to an extent? Does that cause some kind of issues to where he's not able to be the full effective Zion that we know he can be? Even if it knocks him down a couple, percentage as far as like what he can produce. Again, that could impact the New Orleans Pelicans, thus impact the Lakers and help them kind of navigate and climb this hole. Lakers have a handful of games left, right, in which you got to win all five of them, right, ideally. I think personally they go 4-1. Those are my thoughts in that regard. I think that they end up splitting this upcoming back-to-back against the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Again, it's tough. Right, two excellent teams, both fighting for seeding still. Both teams are going to bring their A game, right? Yes, you're at home in LA, but these two teams are capable. Lakers are more than capable of beating both of them. I don't want to take that away. Again, like I say, prove me wrong all the time, right? I had them going 4-2 on the road trip. They ended up going 5-1 because they ended up beating Milwaukee. Prove me wrong. I will gladly be wrong if it benefits the Lakers, but I think realistically they probably drop one of those games. You have to beat the Warriors. You have to beat the Grizzlies. You have to beat the New Orleans Pelicans. That Pelicans game, that could end up being what dictates where the Lakers end up landing. Seriously, if the Pelicans end up nosediving still and they continue to lose, right, it could come down to that final game to which now the Lakers have the tiebreaker, or even if they finish with the same record, Lakers would leapfrog them. So there is a million different scenarios that could happen. But again, several of these teams, they're going to lose a couple games, right? Because several of these teams play each other multiple times in some cases. So we just have to continue to do our job. So what I've talked about, right? I believe the Lakers control their own destiny. Now I've had people push back and go, how can they control their own destiny when they need other teams to lose? Again, because those teams play each other, right? There's going to be losses along the way. If the Lakers handle their business, they can't control which teams win which games and how it plays out and all that stuff, right? They don't have control over that, but they do have control over winning their games. And if they handle their business, these other teams are going to lose. It's not a maybe. It has to happen. Unless there's the first tie ever in NBA history, teams are going to lose. And so that benefits the Lakers. So if the Lakers handle their business, if they do what they're supposed to do, they can get to 48 wins. Then I do believe that the Lakers are going to leapfrog one, maybe even two games. Now, the 6th seed, right? A lot of people is a 6th seed. Now, to me, the 6th seed is one of those things where if it happens, beautiful, right? We'll be excited. We'll talk about it. We'll celebrate it. It'll be awesome. But I think realistically, a lot has to happen. There's a lot of dominoes that have to kind of fall in the Lakers' favor. That very well could. Not saying it can't, but just a lot of dominoes that have to fall in order for the Lakers to leapfrog that many teams into the 6th seed. if the Lakers sweep the board, right? If they go 5-0 down the stretch, I think that they have a very good chance of getting the 6th seed. They lose a game, again, like I think they will, then that's tough. Lakers can't afford to lose more than like one game. You have to go 4-1 in this 5-game stretch. Lakers are just coming off of an 8-1 stretch in their last 9. You got to go, at that point, 12-2 over your final 14 games. That's what we need to do, which would be unbelievable, right? And it is crazy. It is crazy that the Lakers could technically win every game and still end up missing the playoffs if they lose in the play, right? Because even if they do get the 7th or 8th seed, if they lose 2 straight games, then guess what? They're out of the playoffs. So it's crazy how competitive, how fierce the competition is in the Western Conference, which, as a basketball fan, obviously a diehard Laker fan, but I also am a basketball fan. I love the game of basketball. From a competitive standpoint and just a love of the basketball standpoint, I couldn't be more excited for the playoffs, right? I want the playoffs to start now, right? Like I cannot wait to wake up and we end up having playoff matchups. And even the play-in, right? Even in the Eastern Conference, right? With like Miami and Philly, that could be an interesting play-in. We'll see what happens with Miami because they can still leapfrog some teams and stuff. But regardless, right? We need teams to start selling some of these games, right? And I mean, the teams that we need to leapfrog. Right now, teams are selling the games, but they're selling it to the teams that we need to leapfrog. This was huge because Sacramento was up 21 points at one point and ended up looking like they were just going to completely run away from the New York Knicks. And I mean, even midway through the third, like it looked like, man, the Knicks just got it. I think they got it to 3, shot a 3, missed it, and then the Kings went on like a 7-0 run or something like that. And it just immediately got back up to 10. And you're just like, oh, come on, man. And then they ended up going on their own like 12-0 run or whatever. And then it ended up finishing tied at the end of the third. And it was like, okay, just play 12 minutes of quality basketball. You've gotten back into this game. Don't blow it. And they did it. They didn't blow it. They did an excellent job. They were able to handle business. They extended the lead. They kept the lead once they got there. And you saw them basically do what we've been needing teams to do that have failed to do. I would love to be comfortable at some point, right? Like, more likely than not, this is going to go down to the very final game. Like, even if the Pelicans game, even if it's not, we can leapfrog them, right? It's still very likely going to come to that game for us to get the 7th seed, right? Like, or the 8th seed, right? So I would love in a perfect world, like the Pelicans in Sacramento just like nosedive, or like the Suns and whomever else just nosedive. And we have like, say Phoenix and the Pelicans, right? Because that'd probably be a better example. Like Phoenix and the Pelicans just all of a sudden go on like a 3-4 game losing streak starting now because Pelicans are on a losing streak. But I'm saying like, they lose like most of their games the rest of the way. And then we have like a full game on them going into that Pelicans game. That would be beautiful. Because then at that point, we could even rest guys if we wanted to, right? Like it's going to be wild. And we still do need several factors. We still need several things to kind of line up for us to get where we need to get. But all of those things line up if the Lakers handle business, which is why I keep saying they control their destiny. If the Lakers win outright, they will end up leapfrogging somebody. I don't know which team it'll be. We'll see. But they're going to leapfrog somebody. Because if they win outright, they'll be at 49 wins. There's going to be one, if not two of these teams that don't get to 49 wins. Because again, they got to play each other. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But the Lakers have to do their job. They have to be locked in. They have to be focused. They have, today, or depending on when you're watching this video, these 2 days before they go jump into that back-to-back, you got to be ready, right? You got to win that Cavs game, in my opinion. right? So that way, hopefully you have a little momentum going into that Timberwolves game, and then maybe you could rattle that out. You don't want to lose the Cavs game, and now you're desperate for that Timberwolves game. They're desperate regardless, but I'm sure many of you see my point, right? Like, you get that win, kind of exhale a little bit, and okay, we still need to focus, still need to do our job, but like this isn't like complete do or die, right? As long as we win our next 3 games. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Are you excited that the Lakers are now officially only half a game back? Half a game. Same wins, 1 more loss, but got to keep in mind, if we finish with the same record as the Kings stay where they're at, we stay where we're at. So it really is a full game. It's not half a game, it's a full game. We have to win 1 more, and they have to lose 1 more the rest of the way. But anyway, again, love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. So when you enjoy these types of videos, truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.